What's up, everybody? It's Crumb of the Crumb Investments, and one is back at you again with another video. And today I'm gonna discuss a few different things. We got some crazy things that's going on in the market. What in the world is that? Get that out of here. With this new COVID variant, I haven't seen spikes like this in stocks. Certain stocks too, like Visa, JetBlue, Delta. A lot of those travelers, Boeing, American Eagles tanking too, American Express, big spikes on a weekly time frame. So we could be coming back to up in here, maybe, but let's just start with the dollar as usual. All right, so a lot of these markups are on here from last week, just the week that I've been trading. So I'll just kind of walk you through it as we see a daily order block right here that it pulled back into, and these two black lines represent, if y'all can kind of see that, it says beginning of 8-hour OB and end of 8-hour OB, and 4-hour OB, because it's a 4-hour OB. But instead of drawing a box like I usually do all the way across the screen, because this was all the way back in July of 2020 last year, so I just drew two black lines. So we did have a nice rejection off of there. So it did spike into this daily order block at the end of last week. So we'll see what kind of reaction we get up in here from the dollar, whether it wants to come up in here and kind of bounce around and then go bullish, or tank and keep going bearish. Because we do have the monthly low right there, and we do have this liquidity down here. But as of right now, I'm still bullish on the dollar, because it could definitely keep going, and that is what structure is leading it for it to do. So still bullish on the dollar. All right, so with that being said, we're going to be bearish on EU. So let's go to EU. All right, EU, similar things. EU just hit this this daily order block right up in here. So we should be looking for reversals, or not reverse, but continuations out of this daily order block. And this pink area is a little 15-minute order block. So we'll see how it most likely will just tank through this area, but we'll see. But I'm just like I'm bullish on the dollar, I'm bearish on EU. So I'd expecting some continuations down, maybe take out these monthly lows down here. Those weekly highs, monthly highs, but yeah. That's EU. I've been trading AU, well, paper trading AU a lot lately. But AU has been consolidating in this. This is a daily order block right here. Well, it hasn't been consolidated. It looks like it's about to crash through this daily order block actually. But we'll see what this is an interesting area for AU. Because we could see some Wyckoff accumulation down here, and then actually get some pretty good buys to probably catch the bottom of this, bringing it back to these next monthly highs. But we'll see. But how it's looking right now, it looks like it wants to tank right through this this demand zone right here, or this order block, however you want to call it, quarter point, whatever, resistance line. It's all the same thing at the end of the day. Just got to apply your own strategy, but that's neither here or there. And this green area is just this 1-hour order block. So I'll be playing this actually, because other than that, this is bearish. This is, what I'm saying, click on it, work for me. So I'm saying this is bearish, and it's been bearish all this month, well, all last month, about to go into the new month now. So I'll be looking to play if we can get a nice distribution in this green area. I'll be looking to play that somewhere in here for some nice trades. Going until next week. Buy it down, but we'll see when we get in that area. So I just put a nice little alert right there, and I'm actually going to put an alert at the end of this gray box right here to alert me if it does clap through this monthly demand zone, or will we get a pullback. But like I said, I'm bullish on the dollar, and EU and AU move opposite directions of the dollar, so I'll be bearish most likely on AU and EU. Yeah, so let's go to the more interesting stuff. These indices, I don't know what's going on with this new COVID variant, and inflation and tapering and all the fundamentals that's going on top of that. But I'm mostly a technical trader. I do use kind of fundamentals just to kind of get a guide in the market, but strictly technical. So, well, like 95% technicals. So let's start on the daily time frame. Let's go ahead and extend this now to like a daily order block. First, I'm gonna get rid of this right here. I don't like to refine it too much until it gets into those areas, and I'll start to refine it. I'm not gonna worry about alert, but this is a daily order block. All right. So yeah, so it looks like if we break this low right here, it looks like we will. I'm bearish until it gets to around what's this 15664. It's some nice layered order blocks and demand zones in this area. So I'll be actually looking to take a risk free entry around this area in here. Zoom in a little bit more, and I have this. I don't know why it's pink. Should be green. This green area right here, because it's 1 hour order block right up in here, and we just break structure right here, because that was a big break of structure, because that was one of the last swing highs before or what last swing lows before we ran up, and I did have a order sitting right up in here. Actually, this was discussed last week because it's been up all this liquidity, and we did have a reaction in this area. This reaction right up in here, right here. So you could have played this right here as it showed you some kind of form that it wanted to go bullish right out here. It went right at a 3-to-1. I took partials a little bit before that. I took partials right up at this medium of this supply zone right up in here, and then I let the rest ride. Then my position was taken out of break even, so I did get a little bit, but that was a major demand zone. So as we can see here, it broke through. What hasn't broke completely through. Actually, it did break all the way through. So I am bearish. So I'll be looking for the market to maybe pull back into this area, and then we might start seeing some bullish pressure. But if it breaks through that area, I have no idea where these indices will be going, to be honest. But yeah, but going into at least the beginning of next week, I will be bearish on Nas, and it's just, but you never really know, because like I said, I've never seen spikes like this in some of the major stocks since COVID, when the lockdowns really started happening, like the beginning of COVID in February, March, in that area. So we shall see. I think these next 2 weeks should be very interesting. But as far as right now, just looking at right off the technicals, I am bearish at the beginning of the week until, like I said, 1560, unless it does otherwise. But like I said, with all these areas that I mentioned, I'm always waiting for some kind of bullish or bearish pressure. In this case, bearish pressure. I'm just not taking a risk-free trade out of 1 hour order block. So yeah, that's bias there. Similar things. So we have this 50% retracement right here from pretty much this swing high, a swing low to the swing high. That 50% retracement. So I went ahead and marked it up there. So we should be selling off until there. We have these pink lines lined up because there's some smaller time frame order blocks that the market could pull back into. Could pull back in here, go, or pull back in here, go. And then I'd be looking to target this 50% retracement. And I do have this order block down here, but once it hits this 50% retracement, it is at a discounted price, so it has every right to keep going up. But like I said, with everything going on with COVID and everything, there's no telling. But I am going bearish on the indices unless it shows me otherwise. At least at the beginning of next week, until it hits my targets, and this target is right at 4535. So we shall see when it opens up tomorrow. And let's hit these cryptos. These cryptos have been tanking too. But I do think they'll be retracing here soon. I already got the markup here. All right, so Bitcoin does this has this liquidity, which I did do a video on this. I thought it was gonna come here. It had lift all this liquidity down here, come here. It has an order blocks and balances up here and take out this liquidity. But as you can see here, it did not do that. It cleared that, made a new higher high, and then made another higher low. But now it's coming back tanking. So we are in a discounted price from the swing high to the swing low. So, but it is showing more bearish pressure. Just looking at it right now. So this would be my target, like 49,000 up in this area, to keep going bullish. But I'm still bullish on it but if it breaks through this, this is like a daily order block, I want to say, or like I think it's a 3-month order block. But if it breaks through my area of interest right here, this demand zone, it keeps going, and then once it starts looking at, then this will be my next target, this liquidity down here. So if we can get a nice wipe off accumulation schematic up in here to buy up, then we'll get buys. But if we just keep seeing lower lows and lower highs getting created through here, then it could look pretty ugly for Bitcoin. But I'm more bullish over that happening, because Ethereum does have this liquidity up here. But it's a lot of good things on the fundamental end of Ethereum that I want to see going on. So same bias on Ethereum. And I do want Bitcoin to go lower because Ethereum hasn't reached this discounted price yet. Once it hits this black line, and which is this 50% retracement from this weekly swing high or swing low to the weekly swing high, broke structure. So I'll be looking for similar things to happen. So it hits this order block. This is like I think a 3-month order block down here as well. And we'll just wait for price action once it gets into, and this is until, Jesus Christ, not talk, but we'll wait for price action. What kind of price action we get once it gets to this attended area of interest. And yeah, so that is my bias on what we went over: AU, EU, Bitcoin, Ethereum, NAS, and SP 500. So that is my bias on Forex, the indices, and some cryptos. I hope y'all have a great day. I'm out.